Here are the top 7 dumbest things that gun control advocates say all the time. Let's begin, shall we? Number 7. The gun show loophole. Gun grabbers believe there's a loophole where you could get a gun without a background check at a gun show from a dealer. That is not true at all. That's an absolute lie, but everybody believes it. This just goes and proves that gun grabbers don't know anything about current gun laws. Number 6. Seth MacFarlane tweeted, "These shootings are a regular occurrence. You don't get to be shocked anymore unless you take action to stop them. Ban automatic weapons." What the hell? Doesn't he know that automatic weapons are already banned? The manufacture of fully automatic guns was banned in 1986. You cannot get a fully automatic gun like you can a semi-auto. The only way to get a fully automatic gun is to get special government permission. Really special government permission. It takes about a year to get, and you got to jump through a whole bunch of loops, and you have to go through a strenuous background check where pretty much everything disqualifies you. So stop trying to ban fully automatic guns. They're already banned. Number 5. No one is trying to take your guns away. We are trying to keep the guns out of the mentally unstable. Help us, please. Now, he was talking about the Texas church shooting. In this case, the shooter wasn't mentally unstable. He wasn't mentally ill at all. This happens every time there's a shooting. Everybody quickly says, we need to do something about the mentally ill getting guns. Even though most of the time, it wasn't even a mentally ill person who did the shooting. Gun grabbers are weird. They have this weird thing in their head where they think that every time somebody shoots up a place, they're automatically mentally ill at that point. That's not how it works. 97% of all violent crimes are done by the mentally healthy. The mentally healthy, not the mentally ill. 97%. That means only 3% of all violent crimes are done by the mentally ill. And there's a lot of mentally ill people, so don't say, oh, well, it's just mentally ill people are just a small fraction. No, there's a lot of mentally ill people in the United States of America. Depression, bipolar, these are mental illnesses, and common ones too. In fact, the vast majority of people with mental health problems are no more likely to be violent than anyone else. Did you hear that? Most people with mental illness are not violent. They are no more likely to be violent than anyone else. So mental illness doesn't statistically make you more violent, according to mentalhealth.gov. So that's a government website, by the way, so take that for what that's worth. A lot of people trust government statistics and data. So the point is, stop blaming the mentally ill for something that they didn't do, and also realize that they're no more dangerous than you. Number 4. We need gun control. I'm not saying take away guns. I'm saying start doing background checks and creating restrictions. Okay, there already is background checks, and they are absolutely strict. You could lose your gun rights over being suicidal ever in your life. Ever did drugs? Can't get a gun. What about a DUI felony? You can't get a gun. What about a felony for selling drugs? Guess what? You can't get a gun. Ever got mad at your girlfriend and yelled at her really loud and the cops are called? Well, you just got domestic violence and you can't get a gun because you got a misdemeanor. Yes, misdemeanors will make you lose your gun rights. So if you ever got mad at somebody and slammed your phone on the floor, guess what? You can't get a gun. There are background checks and they're too strict. Basically, if you sneeze, you'll lose your gun rights. The only way to make them stricter than they already are is an outright gun ban, which is what people want. Number 3.
Donald Jr. believes that not only should everybody have a gun, but they should all have a silencer on their guns. Now, if you're at the airport and you're on level 2 and there's a gunfight on level 1, you should be able to hear that so that you can get the hell out of there. So on top of all this, they want to put a silencer on. Now, that is when you shoot someone to kill somebody and you don't want anybody to hear you. What is going on?
She gave me cancer. Silencers don't exist. They're only in movies. What you're talking about is suppressors. Suppressors suppress sound. They don't silence it. A normal .223 or .556 gun will blow out your eardrums pretty much if you're not wearing hearing protection. So what they did was come out with a suppressor to make it more hearing safe. It's still as loud as a jackhammer with the suppressor on. Listen to what I said. It's still as loud as a jackhammer. Yeah, literally as loud as a jackhammer. Like it's literally the same volume. So getting rid of suppressors won't save any lives because people will still be able to hear the shooter. Right now, it's not hearing safe to shoot. All this bill does is make it hearing safe to shoot. There's a reason why the bill to make these suppressors legal is called the Hearing Safety Act. It's because they're looking after people's health. Number 2. Now, number 2 had to be the banners. The people that want to ban 30-round magazines, mechanisms that make guns shoot faster, like bumpfire stocks, and just want to ban firearms in general, especially assault rifles. These people are all delusional. What happened when we try to ban drugs? Tell me what drugs are not available anymore because of the drug ban. No, they're all available still. Heroin, cocaine, meth, you name it, you could still get it. It's available in the black market. Prohibition does not work. It has never worked. We banned alcohol before, and there was alcohol everywhere. There's literally drugs on every street corner. You think banning bumpfire stocks or banning firearms in general is going to work, and they're not going to be available on every street corner too once they're banned? No, they will be. America has 500 million guns. You think you're going to ban them? They're just going to disappear off the face of the earth? Or you think they're going to confiscate them all? No, they're all going to friggin' massively transfer to the black market. And because there's going to be so many of them, they're going to be dirt cheap to purchase. So criminals everywhere will be picking up guns while the main populace is disarmed. So only the good guys will be disarmed and the bad guys will have every weapon you could think of. They'll also have mechanisms that make guns shoot faster. They'll have 30-round magazine, 50-round drums, 100-round drums. All those things that you banned, only the criminals will be able to get, and everybody else will just be disarmed. All the good guys will be disarmed against these criminals. Number 1, gun-free zones. This one has to take the cake as the dumbest law to ever exist. How are guns supposed to protect people if every place is a gun-free zone and you can't bring your gun around to protect people? And how stupid do you have to be to think that a gun-free zone sign is going to scare off a freaking psychopath? It doesn't. All it does is tell them that, hey, everybody here is disarmed. Easy pickings. It just helps them out, if anything, in that aspect. And it also disarms everybody so nobody could stop the psychopath. People have to literally wait for the police, which they're 15 minutes too late. All they're good for is outlining your body in chalk. What would be more effective is if the first responders, which is the citizens and the private security, were there and armed. But the gun-free zone signs disarm them. Let's be honest here. These laws don't make sense. The only reason they're implemented is because some people hate guns, right? So their dislike for guns is getting people killed. And then they claim that they have the moral high ground and that they're the good guys. What the hell is wrong with them? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and donate to my Patreon if you're feeling generous. I'll catch you guys on the next episode.